In this video, I'm going to show you how inexperienced drivers commonly fail to obtain the required level of visibility of approaching traffic prior to entering an arterial. Here, the vehicle is approaching the initial stop point at the stop sign. Next, the driver must advance until they have the best possible view of traffic approaching from the left. At this point, the driver has virtually no usable visible information of traffic approaching from the left. Yet, at this point, many inexperienced drivers will attempt to accelerate onto the arterial. At this point, although the driver does have improved visibility of the approaching traffic, if the traffic is traveling faster than the speed limit of 30 miles per hour, this position is not adequate. There are 4 reasons inexperienced drivers commonly fail to advance out to the point of maximum visibility. They are fear, not understanding sight lines, not comprehending the actual speed of approaching vehicles, and diminished visibility equals diminished contemplation. Let's now examine these one at a time. Fear is without any question the most common reason that inexperienced drivers do not bring the vehicle out to the point of maximum visibility. This is actually quite understandable. To a new driver, it usually seems like they're much further out in the street than they actually are, and they have a trepidation about being hit by the approaching traffic. Not understanding sight lines essentially means that the driver does not understand that in this case, by angling their vehicle relatively hard to the right, they would be able to see much further to the left into the approaching traffic without having as much of their vehicle exposed out in the travel lane. As mentioned before, if the traffic is approaching at the speed limit of 30 miles per hour, this point of visibility might be sufficient. However, the traffic on this street rarely approaches at the speed limit of 30. The more common speed is approximately 40 miles per hour, which does make this point inadequate. As is the case with many errors that inexperienced drivers commit, when the new driver cannot see a traffic factor, in this case the approaching traffic, or has a diminished visibility of that traffic, the contemplation of that traffic can also become diminished. Now in this case, while the driver is fully aware that there could be vehicles approaching them, if the driver cannot fully see all those vehicles, the probability of that driver entering the arterial at the improper point is increased. The driver is now advancing to the point of maximum visibility, and at this point there is still very sufficient distance between the front of that driver's vehicle and the cross traffic.